guys, and welcome back to Couch Critics. I'm Ruby.
I'm Lamia, and today we're gonna review Gone Girl.
Yeah, it's an old movie.
It's a 2014 movie.
Yeah, I think so. Lamia recently introduced me to it, and
Yeah, we've watched it after watching the Housemaid,
right,
and
yes,
we actually liked the Housemaid, and I told Ruby, you know what, like we should just like watch something that's similar to it, and
yeah,
the only thing that I could think of is
Gone Girl.
Gone Girl. And it's a movie that I've always liked.
Yeah.
It kind of like stayed in my mind ever since I've watched it, and I've seen it in 2014 when it first came out in
Yeah.
theaters.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
You've always mentioned it to me, and I just never got to watch it. I remember one time I put it in the background, and I think you were over, and I tried to start watching it, but then I couldn't
Yeah.
focus. And it's one of those movies that you really need to sit down and watch and enjoy because it's a very it's a beautiful movie. I love to guess the ending of movies sometimes. Like I love to see if they're predictable and not. And when they're not, I'm just so impressed. And this movie, I had no idea where it
Yeah.
was going. And it's just I was impressed. I was mesmerized. I loved it.
Yeah, this movie introduced me to Rosamund Spike,
Yeah.
and I love her ever since. Like she's my favorite villain, like out of like
Yeah.
all the villains. And the reason why I love this movie so much is that you rarely have any good female antagonists.
Yes.
And yeah, I loved it so much that I bought the book and I read the book, and it's so similar to the movie. And yeah, there is this Gone Girl, this good girl monologue inside the book that they put in the movie also, and it's just like one of the greatest monologues ever.
Yeah. I loved it. I don't remember the monologue exactly, but
It's when spoiler alert, when she's justifying why she did what she did. She's in a car and she's just
yeah.
like leaving. um yeah, so the movie is, it starts out as your typical rom-com. This girl meets this guy and she slowly starts to give up her entire life to just be there for him.
Yeah.
They get married and she's a supporting wife, and they kind of start drifting away, and he starts cheating on her. She wants to have a baby to save her marriage. He doesn't want to, and you know, like though it's the kind of things that could happen in any marriage. Like there's, it's obviously dramatic, but like it's not something that's not
Yeah.
common.
Yeah.
Except like Rosamund Spike's character, her name is Amy Dunn in the movie. She decides to get revenge, and
Yeah.
she creates the perfect crime scene and in order to frame her husband for her
Who's played by
fake
Ben Affleck, by the
murder.
way.
Yeah.
Which I think is the perfect cast because I never saw Ben Affleck as this like I'm sorry, but I never saw him as like this hero of an actor or anything.
Same.
So him playing like a deadbeat husband, it just fits.
He's easy to hate.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's just, and I love that. I love that it's like it's just the because when I don't know, when men do something, like the first thing people say is like boys will be boys or like oh that's
Yeah.
men and all. But in this movie we actually see the repercussions and we see like no, that's not okay. Like
Mhm.
the guy married a girl who had ambitions, who had like a very good drive and all, and she had like her whole future ahead of herself. And we see what it takes. Like we see the sacrifices that it
Mhm.
takes to settle down and be with someone, and we see like the dangers it is when you're settling down with someone who's
Yeah.
doesn't have the same ambitions and the same vision for your future and all. So it's just I don't know, it's beautifully delivered. I
Mhm.
loved it. Yeah.
And it goes to show that there is a price that you can't pay with money,
Yeah.
and that she did pay in order for her husband to keep liking her and to
Yeah.
just like, you know, uh, to keep her marriage alive, and it didn't work. And yeah, there is also a price to pay if you don't keep up the promises, and she
Yeah.
kind of like take it way too far.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a very long movie. It's delivered, I think, in two parts. The first part actually makes you believe that Ben Affleck is
Killed
the
her.
killer,
Yeah.
and the second part actually explains that he's actually getting framed for her murder.
The second part is a piece of art. Like
Yeah.
you don't know where this is going, and
Mm.
you kind of wanna you wanna believe the actress, you wanna be with her, you wanna understand her, and then she keeps doing like a thing after thing, and you're like, okay, she's the bad guy. Okay.
Yeah. And when she's trying to justify it, when she shows you all the things that she gave up uh, in order to make her marriage work, and then like her husbands end up cheating on her
Cheating
with
on
like this 20-year-old, you kind of like start getting on her side, but then like you remember that she's a psychopath, and it's very confusing, and she's very convincing, and it goes to show how great of a psychopath she is.
Yeah. And this is, again, the amazing thing about movies because they just take things way too far, only to like give you perspective. Like,
Yeah.
maybe don't do this in real life if your husband cheats on you, but
Yeah.
it also kind of like weighs out the consequences, and it's very cathartic in a way. Like, you see all of these bad things happening, and yes, they're terrible,
Mhm.
but it's just like it's a movie, so it makes sense in the movie.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Also, a lot of famous actors are in it. Emily Ratajkowski, who plays the 20-year-old, is in it,
Yeah.
and the guy from How I Met Your Mother.
Neil Patrick Harrison.
Yeah.
I saw him and I'm like, oh my god, that's Barney Stinson, and his role is so beautifully delivered.
Yeah.
Again, it's just he's this innocent guy who just loves Amy Dunn, and he's just willing to do anything for her, and it's just I don't know. I loved his role.
I completely loved him too. It's kind of different from the role that he plays in How I Met Your Mother. He's very serious in it. He never
Yeah.
laughs or smile.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's nice to see some range and what he can do.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I think that sums it up
I think so too.
for Gone Girl. If you guys watched it, let us know what you think in the comments below. And
Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next week.
bye.
Bye.